Probably not a good idea, but let's try some Roundel Cruisy 20, shall we? Starting Round Guard, that is a great start. Immediately trying to lead me into an Ouroboros build sounds amazing. Now, will I be able to get an Ouroboros event? We will see. There are actually a lot of question marks. You know, that really does help out, doesn't it? But story entirely on whether or not things will line up. This is an interesting map, though. I could really seriously have a very fast cheese con. Things could just line up, which would be nice. Cheese builds are definitely pretty competent at taking on everything, depending on how they're set up. Unfortunately, they don't take on absolutely everything, just most things. Thing is, though, they do it very, very well. And all it's gonna need is bad cheese and Ouroboros at this stage. One remove, which, you know, that is not much for sure. We really could have that. And 37 gold first fight, 39 gold first fight, that is very impressive. Restore would be good here, of course, if I didn't have... I think that's only single store, but potentially also double store. It was also just an early store, though, just because we've got only question marks before that point, which means we could very easily just not get any gold in any of those question marks, which would not be ideal for sure. It looks like we did at least get one fight, though, which pushes up to the 50 breakpoint, which means that we, at minimum, can... That's right. It's very hard to miss your bomb on this map, but it is definitely possible. And I missed a bomb. It just taxes my health a bit. You know, minus 6 health is unfortunate because that is minus 6 health that I would rather be losing in an elite fight. Because if I'm taking the path that I look like I want to take, that is 3 elites. 3 elites is a ridiculous amount of health loss. Especially if you don't have passives, which, to be fair, I do have a very, very competent passive. You know, Round Guard is the best of the best. But not exactly killing enemies, unfortunately. This is generally what you are looking for this many elites. Now this should just be able to get a kill. Actually, closer than I would have liked, though. Do need some Ouroboros there. Alright, I think I will actually accept a ball lightning that's free here. I will also accept a signal boost orb that's free. I think I would have preferred a ball lightning for sure. I still get to go to the store here, right? Yep, that's fine. I'm fine to get one less question mark. Realistically, trying to aim for a bad cheese event is ideal. Sorry, an Ouroboros event so that I can set up a bad cheese build is ideal. That is a really good way to just guarantee that I've got a very competent win condition. But I can't fully play for it. I can just hope. Now we've got an extra enemy in this fight, which means we can't deal immediate damage to the plant, which means the only way we're killing him is via 2 bombs, which is fine. It's just apparently I'm really, really bad at hitting my bombs, so we are struggling a bit here. Good news is you should be dead on the next hit. Okay, perfect. There we go. That cleans them all up. Infection. Transparency is second best. Awesome. Boom. 96. Oh, 105 does interest me a lot. Is it worth the health loss that I'm going to take for it? Probably not, but it is actually very much within reach, so I kind of wanted to go for it. And there we go. There it is. Because that could very easily be worth it. That is, of course, the 2 passive breakpoint due to Cruci 18 increasing the gold cost by 5 after I buy a single passive. Special button really good. Pocket Sand decent. Passive Slime also good. They're all really good, honestly. Like, I wouldn't hate any one more than the other, but out of the 3, I'm definitely the happiest with a special button. I do get my double passive, and we do get some decent stuff. Interesting. Obviously not going to go to the store. There isn't a debuff relic. If there was a debuff relic, debuff distractor would probably be too bad to choose. Since obviously, you know, that's just got to happen. Simple part of the game plan, you know, like we are just taking the refilibuster. Molten gold is a lot of gold. This is really good for boss fights, in particular mole. Also very good for slime, very good for slime. The point where I kind of just have to take it. The high roll off of debuff distractor is better than chest piece, but chest piece is the safer pick, so I do kind of just need to take it there. This is a fight that we are fine into, I think. Let's just grab some Belusion, it saves us 2 health after all. We have no finesse scaling yet. I'm sure that it will arrive sometime soon. Transparency and Portable. Definitely the most helpful, you know, much better than something like Spinfection. Being said, that was a very nice shot. I have Refilibuster, so I could try and push damage. It's just so scary trying to do that, you know? What if it doesn't work out? Looks like I am, in fact... I got Spinfection again, though, actually. That is a huge deal. Actually, I need to land Spinfection again, don't I? Just gotta keep it going. I did get a bomb as well, which is amazing. If I can keep the Spinfection going, that does put me in a very solid spot. If I can't, it's less ideal. It seems like I can just afford to play aggressive here, which is amazing. Really, really helpful. And I believe that we should just be able to clean up. Yes, awesome. A bomb there would be nice. Awesome. Really, really good stuff there. He escapes, that's fine. Perfectly acceptable. This was just a very solid fight. We lost basically no health for an elite fight. That is always very nice. Because we're getting gold, we're getting a rare relic. And let's just finish up right now. There we go. Signal boost of upgrades without Spiness gainers is not ideal, but I'll still do it just so that I can do something. Beluga Boots. Refresh also crit. I believe that adding extra crits to the board is more valuable than Beluga Boots. Beluga Boots just generally should not be that impactful, but Beluga Boots builds are way more fun. So, well, actually they're both really fun, especially if I can get like a nice passive. That is a very nice passive. If we can increase refresh capabilities, that would be nice. Currently we've increased crit capabilities, which is lovely. I absolutely do not hate increasing crit capabilities, but of the two, I would definitely prefer to increase refresh capabilities with my Refilibuster refresh course. Normally on round rule, you are actually pretty fine to increase either crit capabilities or refresh capabilities. They're both just extremely handy. But for this run specifically, it's definitely refresh capabilities. My critting capabilities are currently extremely solid. I'm very happy with them. I want to go for a bounce there just to open up that shot post navigation, and it also had nice coin pegs that were sitting along here. Alright, let's shoot that. Probably hits a refresh, get the kill that way. Awesome. That's an Echo. A bit of a shame that I made the upgrade on the signal boost up now, because Echo was a significantly better upgrade, but I kind of just felt like I needed to be improving my tempo for elite fights, because there are just some which are going to be very scary. You know, like this fight, for example, is usually going to be pretty painful in this spot, but I am indeed sitting here with a Refilibuster, and you know, Refilibuster is a very helpful passive. That is going to be very nice, and unfortunately, I do need to actually hit the refresh, which in one of the worst spots possible. Let's just work towards it slowly, shall we? I really want to bounce that over to the left-hand side of the map. Just a very hard shot to pull off. My targeting there was incorrect as well. I'll do that. A bit risky, but I do need the refresh. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Grab the crit. Ew, I was really hoping for more damage. I might just have to discard there. I think even just like a random 2-3 pebble that's critting is just way better than the Echo there. Echo Bun upgraded is unfortunately not exactly the most ideal orb ever. That surely hits a crit, right? As long as it hit a crit, I wasn't worried about it getting a kill, pretty much. 47 health after going to 2 elites, very impressive. Especially considering how much we burnt earlier on, right? That is molecule perfect. Exactly the kind of reason why I picked up the Signal Boost Orb. Signal Boost Orb Echo is really good, but it does mean that I'm not really thinking about Ouroboros anymore, doesn't it? Because, do you like those orbs? Unfortunately, I do also need... Wow, this is unfortunate. Be able to shoot those good orbs, which does mean that I'm going to have to chase down a lot of removes. A lot of them. 2-6, 170 damage. Perfect. I was going to say that was either just off or just a kill. And it was just a kill. Perfect. Alright, can we double tap this refresh somewhere? Oh, so close. And if I got a good hit off there, that would have been a huge deal. But I can just bounce onto that refresh, and of course, the refresh is a crit. Such a shame though, because the reload is not brutal because I forgot. Lovely, I totally forgot about the lovely round guard that I have. I haven't really needed to use it all that much. Okay, that was a very, very clean plants fight, I'm gonna be honest. And we have to press one of these two buttons here. 13 HP versus 5 HP. I would much rather press the 5 button, but I do suspect that I may just need to press a larger button. But I'm greedy, so peg bag counterfeit crits. Wow. Yeah, no, that's really nice to see. I can't greed here purely because I can't afford to lose any health. Okay, I just need to be hitting as many refreshes and crits as possible, so a shot like that lines up splendidly. A shot like this also lines up splendidly. Alright, good. Those are the 2 high damage orbs, so now we get to enjoy the rest of our deck as it does not much. I'll be happy if any of these shots get to 100. Okay. And if it needs bombs to do so, then I guess that works too. Chest piece is definitely going to be pretty nice to have though. It's just going to save us a good chunk of health here. Yeah. We have a lot of refreshes and crits on the board here. Fortunately that doesn't guarantee anything. Oh no. Okay, oh, that's passable. The bramble is nice. I would love to have slightly more to deal with this with, but okay, good enough. Man, it's so close. So close. I'm just gonna aim straight for that refresh. Gotta get the crit. Oh, I didn't get it exploitable once this fight. That sucks a lot, but somehow we have actually made it through. Very, very spooky, eh? Very spooky. I want this poltergeist, and I'm just gonna increase my max HP for the sake of it. Defresh potion sounds like a bad idea. I have 3 refreshes on the board. One to Scott and McGree, just not good. The only time you're really picking up one to Scott and McGree is if you have specific synergy for it, and you know that you're going to plan around specific synergy in the future. And I go for gold. Said this a few times, but gold is pretty good. We just picked up a Poltergeist and we have scaling, so very, very happy to pick up the Poltergeist there. There's a solid option. I do not have the gold for that store, I really don't. I purely just need to boost my AoE up as much as possible. If I'm not boosting up my AoE, then my health is going to be dropping drastically. So I probably just don't have going to the stall for the one remove is worth it though, so I will have to ask myself some questions, I suppose. Right, I forgot my crits don't refresh, but my refresh do crit. Very big difference there. We should be able to get a lot of damage here. Just not enough, I suppose. That's fine. I just down a lot of health. Cauldron Bubble is so good. Again, I just need extra AoE powers, so much like the Poltergeist, I'm just picking up extra AoE orbs. Is Signal Boost Orb into Echo still the best stuff in our deck? Yes. Oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, how much gold is it for the removal again? That is a perfectly acceptable first shot. This is a perfectly acceptable second shot. Guess it's on you. Terrible. I'm perfectly fine for terrible to do nothing. I desperately need you to actually get the damage and not do damage to me. Just like that. Awesome. Now the question is, can you do it too? You can get a lot of damage. It's just a question of, oof, just enough. Just enough. Awesome. And as long as that one was enough, of course the echo's going to be enough. 47. The answer is I can buy at least one remove, which means going to the store is 100% worth it. I just need the removes. Simple as that. Losing Fresh Banana does suck. Losing Dodgy Dagger, also unfortunate. Guardian's Gloves, perfectly acceptable. Short Fuse, potentially problematic, but probably not. That is definitely a thought. A pretty good one, honestly. A very good one. I have 25 more gold then. Yeah, that'll be nice. I think I do still need more removes, but the next remove is pretty expensive, so not sure if I'll be taking it. I can't do this. Can't afford to lose health. Don't have super boots. Signal Boost or Pebble. That is insane. As we saw, I just need as many removals as possible. Need to not lose health like that as well. I should check what boss we're fighting as well. Thank you. I did get the Ouroboros event. It's just significantly later than I was initially hoping for. Scary. Very scary. Potential oboe will be really nice. Refreshing punch. Wow. I may have to be pressing the heal button. If I could not lose health here, that would be great. Very much appreciated. Unfortunately, I think that might be harder than I would like. Good shot. It's a very good shot. Wait, I have the Echo next. It's a premium shot. Absolutely insane. Awesome stuff there. Keep it up, please. Just one refresh will do. Awesome. Alright, look. Area 2 elites are always going to hurt. This one hurt perhaps more than it should. That was not the heal button I meant to press. Oopsies. That sucks a lot. Lucky penny though, that is very interesting. Ooh, lost slightly more health there than I would have liked, and I did indeed mean to heal there instead of increasing my max HP. So I may pay the price for that, but also I am in a decent-ish spot. This scares me. 2 extra enemies in this fight is rather rough. It looks like I have indeed done rather well though. Awesome. Echo is a good orb. It's a pretty good orb. I would recommend you use Echo whenever you see it pretty much. No blammo. I just have to worry about the rest of my deck, which is definitely the scary part. Oh, you didn't get enough damage. Okay, sure. 4. Fine. 0-2 versus a 0-2. Okay. Tough choice, definitely, yep. I want to aim at that, but it's kind of hard to aim at. Like, yeah, it's kind of hard to aim at, which leaves me in a very rough spot, actually. God, I need more health to work with. It's very unfortunate because I just simply do not have that health, and I need it. Very simply. There is a dodge. There is a kill. There is a dodge. There is a kill. Yeah. Sure. We're here. We're alive. 30 health. 30 health is not that bad to work with, honestly. It should be more. Could be more. But at least I have a good max health pool, right? I would have loved to get healing at some point, though. This is atrocious. I really do not appreciate getting those echoes immediately. Not pleasant. I need to let these guys just soak up these pigs. I've got to just delay out the fight as much as I can because this infection is going to murder me. It really simply is just going to murder me. There's not too much I can do about that. Unfortunately, my capabilities are just a bit too much. I've got to not shoot the AoE heal. Damn. Gotta not shoot the AoE heal. Oh, I wanted that refresh quite badly. Like my Spiness is scaling really well. You know, that is really nice. Again, I do have to not shoot my AoE here, which is really bad. But as long as I can get a dodge, I'm fine. Alright, Poltergeist. If I kill all of them, then I die. But I have to kill all of them, otherwise I die. Pretty sure. Just off. I did get the dodge as well. Actually, the tiniest bit more health. That's a really good first run. Really, really good. Way better than I expected as well. Like, very, very impressive there. Let's try some more. That was very cool. Okay, run back, but this time we actually hit cheese stuff early. I mean, look, if you want to give us the early Ouroboros, I will take it. Very much so. Ouroboros is a solid orb, but more importantly, it's just a really solid event in that removing your entire deck so that you can shoot the good orbs is really important. As we just saw right there, not only do you need to shoot your good orbs, but they need to have good shots waiting for them. If they don't have the good shots waiting for them, then it gets very dangerous. But like baseline, you just need to be able to shoot your good orbs because your bad orbs unfortunately can't get good shots. That's the reason why they're bad orbs. Some more bomb hitting would be nice. Like, the extra enemy in this fight has cost us a lot of health, not a surprise. Extra enemy in this fight is just a lot to work with. You know, there is 160 and extra 60 health in this fight. They're definitely going to lose health because of it, to say the least. It's not too easy to actually get through that much. 36 gold first fight though. Again, really good greed. Seems like I can do one thing, right, hey? Look, having good greed is very important. It really is. Being able to just take high value stores, that is a lot of question marks, and I'm just going to try and play with cheese again here, honestly. It is a decent strategy, for sure. If you get to Area 2 and you see that there's a Demon Wall, then it becomes a very less decent strategy, shall we say. Always check behind the waterfall, Critic Crest, nice. We really couldn't have taken Elite there, so I'm very happy it wasn't an Elite. Critic Crest is also very good. Very happy to see that. Recom. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be hard forcing cheese anymore, because Recom is a premium passive. My head map really just is not all that interesting, is it? I'm trying to force cheese, which means that I'm not decently likely to hit cheese. Like, I'm going to a lot of question marks, I really am. But at least the fact that I'm going for cheese does actually make it look playable, doesn't it? The left-hand path with how many events it's got is rather impressive after all. I should be able to do this. Awesome. 56. Oh. Okay. That just happened. Ah, cool. Question I have, no. I don't have enough gold if I get to the store for the remove and the badges, but I think that's fine, because I'm going to 3 question marks afterwards. If I really desperately want to do cheese, I can just try and find a remove later. Oboe is insane. Like, there was no way I didn't want to go to that chest. Just a free passive. Hello? That was a lot of bomb hits. Yeah, no, this is... Augur? You're really trying to get me not to play cheese build, aren't you? Okay, you did not hand me cheese. But you did hand me... Wow. Okay. So. Vote on stake is here. Hunter's Gloves is here. Hold on. Not bad here. Super Boots is also there, and what, like, collateral damage is very good? It is very good, honestly. But we'll just take that, and then, I mean, maybe we get like a random chest, random bad cheese, you know? The dream is still there, maybe not in Area 1 though, eh? Let's grab the orb, which, that's fine. It just means that I'll probably have to, I'm definitely gonna have to play for the Ouroboros for a bit. I would love to have something to work with, yeah, thank you. I guess this is it, isn't it? Yes. I'm gonna be honest, this looks very dangerous. I have recon and critical risk going into mole. I guess that is potentially enough, but it's definitely not the greatest. That being said, probably just fine. Oh, especially with Augur, right? I did definitely want the extra critting capabilities there, but honestly, Augur is working wonders here, isn't it? He's already at 569 health, and I'm fully expecting that the fight was going to become favored for me once I hit the, okay, he has a lot of a circle there. Once I started getting a lot of bombs on the board and was getting Recombobulator, bringing those bombs back. Still, having access to that heal is so nice. It's really valuable. Put on Stake Ground Guard, just to guarantee that I'm actually regenerating that health. Yep, sign me up. Alright, cool. Easy crit here, right? Okay, I actually did hit a crit. I mean, I like just getting the damage on him. It is nice. Get that one kill. He's at 237 health. This is very impressive for Mole. Very impressive indeed. Just do that. I even got the bomb. Yeah, Recon is just really, really handy here. Or Transparency just to let the debuffs go through. Don't mind if I do. A crit? I mean, this has just been very impressive, hasn't it? Absolutely can't complain. We are not going to be on full health, but honestly, whenever you can exit Area 1 on full health, that's always a very impressive build. A lot of the time, you simply will not be allowed to do that. That's fine. There we go, you're done. But maybe I shouldn't have tried to finish up the fight there, let one on stake do some healing. That was really good. I should just upgrade the Ouroboros there. Viridian, just to keep giving. Let's go to upgrade. Viridian should just be really decent here. It's very solid. I don't have Hassle Slime. Interesting. I think it seems very wise to try and force a bad cheese from here. It's offering me double store. It's not guaranteed that I get it, but double store, like, come on, man. Was that double store or triple store, actually? Double store, which, like, triple store would have been hilarious, right? But, I mean, surely there's just a bad cheese waiting for me, right? Surely. Really good stuff. I'm loving getting these crits, getting the PS Augur is such a good passive. And it's crazy that we've had 2 runs back-to-back, which just feels so good. I was not expecting much for Roundel, I really wasn't. Also, man, Viridian Trinket purely for gold collection? It's pretty serious. Like, I was looking at how much gold I was going to get, because I'm staring at Double Store, right? And, wow, I just collected all the gold on that map. Ouch. Misnavigation is very unfortunate. What this does mean is we can stack up. No, it's just so unfortunate. I was going to put a positive spin on it, but it is rather unfortunate. We get the crit there, and then we proceed to get 266 damage total, including bombs. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Having the PS, yeah, no, it is definitely a big shame that we're not getting that lovely double store. But what can you do? Sometimes you do just misnavigate, and that sucks. A lot. It just sucks a lot, simply. If I had damage, this critical bolus would be pretty awesome. Like, if I had that critical risk that I had last round, which was pretty awesome, by the way, that would be very nice. I mean, look, maybe I get the cake. That'd be cool. Is it gonna happen? No. But it would be cool. Is there a chance that you can get 250 damage? Maybe I should have just tried to accept 150, but I don't know, I kind of wanted to believe. It was good. Very good damage. Can't deny that. But considering the fact that you get 3 times damage on a crit, it would have been nice, wouldn't it? Let's just try and grab those kills while we can. And hopefully we can get enough damage that the echo damage is just enough to clean them up, which it will be. Awesome. I love that. So let's get 2 kills instead of 1 by hitting the crit. Augur is a very good passive, eh? Again, let's hopefully get 2 kills by hitting the crit. Damn. Well done, Steak. Putting in a lot of work there, as well as just Round Guard stopping the damage entirely. Very awesome stuff. I will just claim this kill now. As long as I get that kill, getting this kill should only be too easy. I will collect a bit of gold. I do not have the double sword that I'm going for still, but it is still definitely just worth it. Well, worth it. Like, you can do a lot with Ouroboros. We have access to good healing as well, so we can just do a lot. I expected Egg would mess us up more, but it's been working fine. I haven't had to shoot too many horribles. 53 gold. It's just very impressive. Yeah, like, as I always say with Viridian Trinket, I'm just not the best at navigation with Viridian Trinket, really. Right, Special Weapon is really good for me. Really good. Olga just makes it so... Oh, this is a really bad fight for us. I would have preferred every single other lead. I think Resistance Knight is about as equally bad, but the thing is with the Resistance Knight, especially on this class now, as we see right here, he just lands some Transparency, he just goes away. Just disappears. Afraid that he just can't do anything to that. So the debuff we're really looking for is Explodable here, of course. 3 Explodable is very nice. Explodable is also nice against the Resistance Knight, to be fair, but Transparency does just hard counter him. Saves your health. Alright, as long as we can keep getting the crit, we are in a good spot. So let's just keep getting the crit, because 344 damage is a lot to work with. Yep. This was a hard fight, but as long as we got one good shot off, that's the thing with Echob. As long as you are not forced to shoot your horrible, then you're all good. There we go, awesome. I just have to... There's just no choice there. Imagine I get a Leaf Thrust for later, right? Like, there's just no choice. Dupe and Orb. There is an achievement if you have 2 eggs in your deck at the end of the run. It is... Sure, let's shoot the egg. It's just funny. I don't have ambidextrous, so I will be forced to shoot it. But maybe I get a cake and I just have 2 eggs. I bet he won't be expecting that. Look about, I bet he won't be expecting that. What the hell is this? I'm gonna be honest. If you ask me a question, what's harder? This fight right here, or the 200-600 elite fight? Which, when I say 200-600, I'm talking about on Creasy 20. Even though technically they're not 200-600s on Creasy 20. I'd say this is harder. This is a ridiculously hard fight. An extra enemy here, he's shielded, there's an archer here, there's more archers coming, and it's this map. The problem with the 200, this fight compared to the 200-600 fight, is it's really easy to get damage on the 200-600 fight. You can get a lot of damage, a lot of the time. It is just a good map for getting damage. It's not one of the best. Definitely not one of the best on Area 2. That pleasure goes to Demon Wall fully. Demon Wall has one of the best maps for getting damage. But this is just a completely brutal fight. Getting an extra enemy on it is hilarious. Because Area 2 has one of the most brutal extra enemies you can get, which is, of course, this bad boy. The fact that there are 3 on this fight, and he has protection, pretty crazy. At least I am managing to get my crits. As long as I can get my crits, I can get kills. But wow, I'm gonna need my eggs. Like, seriously. I'm gonna have to shoot these eggs for heals, and that's fine. You know, that is what I duped them for, but it is definitely rather unfortunate. Because I believe shooting it like this is just extremely beneficial for me. Yep, extremely beneficial. But still, just ridiculous entirely. Also, I do have an intentional oboe this run. Like, that would have been so nice for last run. If you have an intentional oboe, I hope that would have more damage. But I forgot, I lost the echo because I shot the egg. I had no choice. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to do it. And part of the reason why I was scared about adding the egg to my deck initially. Alright, there we go. Get out of here. Oh, you still live. Damn. I was hoping to get slightly more damage. Still. We recovered the health that we lost, so... Don't complain too much. Let's not mess up this navigation, shall we? I see how 1 navigation was very bad, but 2 would be pretty horrific. Okay. 2 extra enemies in this fight. The good news is, this guy is really rough in this fight. This guy, he's the opposite, but he is still rather annoying to deal with, purely because I actually don't want to kill him, and I kind of have to. So how does... Okay, the left-hand side performs rather poorly. Okay, acceptable, acceptable, keep going. Yeah, so once you get to the... Sorry, the right-hand side, I meant. Ooh, the tiniest amount of health off. Unfortunately, that is just very unfortunate. A crit would be beautiful, and it looks like I get no such luck. Okay, not getting a crit there is rather unfortunate. Very cool. So close. Alright. I mean, again, a very hard fight, but Ouroboros does just make its way through, doesn't it? And having Refreshing Punch is so nice. Also, wow, this map's actually very good for gold collection as well, isn't it? It's a very cool Viridian map, actually. It's very rare that I've done this map on Viridian. It's very rare that it's gone this well as well. We just had some really, really bad maps. I have Round Guard for crossbow. That is like the classic thing. Like, literally, if you're picking up a Round Guard, oh yes, crossbow. The absolute classic. More critting capabilities would be nice. I now have the damage to support it after all. So this is just fully reversed into, as I said before, being a not ideal fight. It is just extremely good for me now. Because I believe in my capabilities to get damage, and now that I have short stack especially, as long as I'm getting that crit, I have the damage. And Demon Wall has the best map for damage in Area 2. Demon Hand also has a good map depending on how good your circumstances are. Admittedly, I don't have enough refreshes to make it a good map, but Viridian I think is pretty good into Demon Hand. Probably also pretty good into Demon Wall, isn't it? I mean, a lot of stuff is good into Demon Wall. The only question about Demon Wall is just there's just so much else to get through. It's like, yeah, you can make good shots, but are the shots actually good enough? Like, the definition of a good shot changes. I'm afraid you getting 1000 damage every 5 shots might not be enough. Restore is cool. I keep going to see if there's an upgrade I can take. Vitamin C is very good here. I really just need to be getting as many crits as possible. I do not have your refresh also crit. That was last run. If I did manage to have that, then I would be in an insane spot. A ridiculous spot because I simply hit a Leaf Threats for later and then we're in such a good spot. Leaf Threats for later is just always going to be one of the best high roll relics. The high rolls you can build off of it are very, very good. I need you guys to go ASAP. Let's see if I can't travel through that peg. That works. Really wanted more than one crit though. One crit unfortunately does not actually achieve all that much. I'll try that. But I missed the crit. Interesting. Still managed to get a ton of damage though, didn't I? Wow. Very impressive. Let's stop changing my targeting, please. None of that. Absolutely none of that. I'll just aim straight for this crit. Let's slow it down just to make double sure. Boom, boom. Ooh, slightly too awesome. A lot of damage. The timing was slightly off, but everything works out in the end, I suppose. Boom, and let's get you finished off, shall we? Oh, not quite? Oh, that's actually ideal. Awesome. Nice. Just lets me heal up with Wild and Stake a bit. Okay. Navi here is pretty simple. It's very cool. Viridian works pretty well there, eh? Jacob Lantern, hold on. How is Jacob Lantern? I think it's fine if you have extra refreshing capabilities, but I only have one refresh, so it's not actually good here. Gotta be honest, that level 3 ballad does tempt me a lot. I do want that extra damage. I think it's fine to just skip. I'll be able to take more than one crossbow here. Oh right, that wasn't a elite fight. I do not get a rare relic. Small packages. So Leaf Thrust for later, Francesca Shell, both are ridiculous hits for me right here. There is definitely a lot of other good stuff. Grab that crit. As long as I'm getting a crit every other shot, I'm in a very good spot. As long as I get one good shot with good damage, I can just echo it for the rest of the fight. This egg can now leave my deck anytime I want it left. Hit to leave. Awesome. Keep getting that crit, yeah baby. Awesome. As long as I have the pierce. I think this shot actually is pretty good at hitting a crit. Awesome. Not exactly the way I expected, but if it works, it works. And that works. 686 echo. I like that. Ooh, awesome. I was actually mildly worried about that fight. I really was. Okay, we did not hit what I wanted. Peglin Satchel. Of gold. So we get 2 maxed rare orbs, basically. Go for gold, which is go for gold, you know, it's pretty good. or status symbol, which is fun. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. I do kind of wish I had, no, that looks fine. I'm very right. I do need to pick up an orb very quickly, though. That is one thing I need. Oh, is that not enough to get a kill? Ow. I had hoped double illusion might be enough, but obviously I might be expecting a bit too much. Yes, I do really need to pick up, like, for example, a ballad fast, I think, potentially. Maybe not, actually. What is that I'm looking for? Nevertheless, egg will be shot rather quickly. I'll need scaling. Just going right looks fine. I did not get to go to any stores area 2, so... what orb is the best solo orb in my deck? Obviously excluding the horrible, but do wonder what that is. I really need some form of passive scaling. I'm afraid orb scaling I don't think will cut it. Simply because... You know, it just won't, right? Also, that was a horrible, sorry. That wasn't the Ouroboros, that was the horrible, like, okay, sure, I'll accept. That just means that I get so much damage to work with for this. And this is a good Viridian map. Yeah, no, it's a good Viridian map, nice. Ooh, really nice. Wiping out all the enemies, get a dodge there? I was gonna say, if I didn't get a dodge on 80 Illusion, I would have been very sad. Oh, blammo. Oh, you're still alive. It really is crazy just how tanky these knights are, isn't it? Oh, I did not mean to do that, but that works. Bubble. Bomb debuff. Bubble. With the level of PS we have, that seems unwise. With enhanced, seems very wise. Oh, seems really good here if I can get it to work. One shock absorber. I did turn down a shock absorber, which might have been silly. Might have been silly. But it's so risky. Maybe it's not as risky as I think it is. Maybe it's just wise. I've got shock absorber. I've got bomb debuff high roll. I can just ignore it. I've got oh, that is very good. Makes me regret turning down the... My navigation has been very interesting with this thing. Makes me regret turning down the refresh circle, but I couldn't have known. And I think without refresh circle it is just a very silly option. Whatever. Let's try... Oh, that left? That was not meant to leave. Whatever, I've just got to do this now. We get those bats dead. I really needed a crit. Alright, this is the fight where I shoot the egg. That's fine, I was going to be shooting the egg sometime soon. Just needed to make sure to get decent greed off of it, which I think is just... Yep. Cool. Not as many rare relics as I was hoping. Seriously, I was hoping for more. But I'm at full health, you know, that counts for a lot. Full health in Area 3 is nice. That's... Wow. As I've said before, Viridian navigation is my weakest point. Against squares, I don't think I can do this. I have to accept that my healing is decent enough, because it is indeed decent. It's just having a max HP versus squares is just risky. They scale. It's scary. I would love to get an extra crit. Extra crit means extra pierce. Extra pierce means I'm very happy. Unfortunately, I did not get it, but that does not mean that I cannot get it here, which I can. How much damage? Ooh. Not enough. Still, we get to tidy them up here. D4 Manchester Show would have been really seriously appreciated, that's all I'm going to say. I need a crit here. I don't need a crit. I really want a crit here. Awesome, that'll do, that'll do. Got the kill that I was after, I suppose. I need a crit and 2 bombs here. Awesome. I just need to make sure I'm getting kills in a decent time frame, and that is a decent time frame. Ooh, wow. Wait, what? Oh, what about that part? Of course, we're going to discard. Perfect. My things just lined up very well there. I'm going to just get the 6 heal. Just as long as we're taking these fights, and we're not just losing too much health, we'll be in good shape. Especially if I can get good stuff at the store. I am like fully ideated to the open of removing the Ouroboros at the store. I just I do need some pretty specific stuff if I am to attempt that. Okay, 3 extra refreshes on the board each time, with my refreshes healing me, granting me illusion. They don't grant me. They do hit the crits, which grant illusions. I think it's worth it. It heals me. Baseline, it's healing me, so at the minimum, you can just kind of make room for orbs that heal you in your deck. I'm just not up for navigation. Like, it doesn't matter. It's literally, it does not matter. But, wow, I was trying to go to the left, and I did not get to go to the left. Speaking of does not matter, yeah, no, this matters. I do need these guys to die ASAP. This is a good Viridian map. That being said, it is also just easy to just leave the map like that, so it's definitely going to happen sometimes. No doubt in my mind about that. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to happen sometimes. Sometimes it's unfortunately sometimes more than I would like it to. Ooh, that was very nice. Unintentional elbow really keeping us alive here, which is great to see. I will hold off on the bubble upgrade purely because I may actually remove it when I get to the store as well. If I find something good enough, like there is a decent chance I just remove the bubble, put in my deck for high roll nonsense, but Ouroboros as my win condition is acceptable. It's just more likely that a bomb or refresh focus win condition is more viable. Alright, we missed out on the store earlier on, so... Oh, these are still very good passes. Is this your card? Is insane. Utterly bonkers here. Unfortunately, the rest not so much. I will do this, and I believe upgrade to the bubble. Simply not worth it anymore. Okay. Pressure course. Decoy up is worth it. I mean, technically, buy these. They're meant to generate me money, but I don't care about generating money. And even if I get a rare relic, it's not going to care about me generating money, just no need to pick them up. Might as well save the money. Okay, so... discarding is insanely valuable to me now. I should consider just discarding for the sake of discarding more. That being said, I do still need to take good shots, so... that did not hit a crit I thought it would. It didn't hit a crit at all. I really do need you to actually do something. Illusion generation is very nice. I really haven't managed to hit what I was hoping to hit so far. It is much more brutal than I was hoping it to be. Oh my god, that missed the crit. I thought that was safe. Apparently not. Need to keep reloading apparently. Apparently the horrible can get things done there. Pleasant, I suppose. I do want to shoot the refresh circle, it just heals me. So close to getting the kill there, would have been appreciated. They move too, so it just doesn't matter anyway. Good damage there, not quite enough. Look, not good, it really isn't, but it could have been worse. I'm worried. Let's just not lose health, shall we? Are you worried? Well, that doesn't load it, sure. Yes. I really don't think that shooting this is wise. Getting the crits is definitely wise though. Kind of need to cycle as much as possible until the pegs come back. Shoot that shot though. It's just a good shot, and now I can shoot the Ouroboros if it's next. Not next, that's fine. Nice. Yep, we're just gaining. It is nice, very nice to see. What's the damage here? 6 explodable after all. Alright, there are so many hits for us. That is good news. This is a really, really good discard target at the minimum. Crits also refresh. Hold up. So crits also refresh is scaling. And crits minus fleets, which, you know, if ever there was going to be 2 options to choose between, they were very hard. These two would be on a list of perhaps more, a few more passives, but oh wow. So I have how many crits on the board? 2 crits plus 2 crits. It's 2 crits. Okay. I have the ability to get only 2 crits per shot, right? That makes the other choice very simple. Yep. Yep. Okay. Cool. Got the opportunity to pick up more orbs. I don't have an ambidextrony though, so that is terrifying. Speaking of terrifying, actually, I am not too pleased with this fight. I would definitely class this fight as terrifying. See what we can achieve though. We have decent healing. Have decent Blusion actually. Blusion is really, really appreciated for this fight. If I got your refresh also crit, I think I might have been a lot happier. But I definitely don't hate the ability to actually refresh properly. Actually, no, I think this way around was better, wasn't it? I do prefer Heavy Shaft Potion more overall, but if we're talking about this class specifically, then obviously you've got to consider the other one a lot as well. Yeah, no, this is definitely one of the worst final fights to get just because it saps our HP, but we're still at 78, we still have Intentional Oboe. These are very good factors. Very good indeed. Cool, so I just need to be hitting... I hit the crit 3 times, does that mean I refresh 3 times? I think it does, you know. Which means when am I meant to shoot? I can shoot. I think it is just trying to... A bit further. There. Okay, no, I was very much mistaken, but we got bailed out for sure. Oh wow, man, that's a pretty big deal. I can't echo this shot. That's a big shame. Oh, that's a decent chunk of damage. Bad indeed. This will refresh. Something I have to be worried about. Oh my. That was poor. Okay, so... Same there. Where that gets us. Apparently not anywhere much. Apparently not anywhere much. Just gonna discard. Just no point in shooting useless shots. And one Ouroboros fails. Becomes much harder to trust the rest. Might as well try and set up a spin point shot after all. All it takes is one good spin point shot and then I should just be able to melt through them. Oh my god. I just realized why this has been so much harder than I was expecting. 12 with circle, that is a very, very impressive amount. Now, you could give me... Thank you, 1 spin X. There we go. Awesome. I mean, look at how much that increased our damage by, right? My target was off. I mean, I've just got to do that. Awesome. Alright, wow. I wasn't actually expecting to get a win here, but it certainly is looking pretty good from here on out, isn't it? You know, having 2000 Echo is very handy. I guess the fight's not actually over yet. It's just mostly over. Basically, very much over. I still do have a lot of stuff though. And I'm distinctly not dodging, which does make it a bit rougher, but I still have 1400 damage to work with. That got close at the end there. That did get closer than I was expecting, at least. Once you get the Echo lined up, you do expect to close out the fight pretty fast, but they were also started closing out the fight pretty fast too. So I had a lot of high roll opportunities this run. Viridian Trinket was an absolutely amazing, impeccable first boss passive, really, really good. However, what Viridian Trinket also did was very undesirable. We probably could have hit a cheese this run. The chances are pretty good that we hit a cheese this run, and cheese would have been the best game plan we could have done, and it would have won very easily. And of course I misnavigated because of, well, because of Iridium, but A, because of Iridium, B, because I'm not very good at navigating with Iridium, right? You know, like, if I had Unicorn Horn, for example, I would have easily made it. But yeah, Viridian was still insane. I got so much damage from Viridian. Very good immediate relic. Would I have preferred, apparently, a Mochescu Shell or a... Oh, I definitely Elite Thrust later. Oh wait, no, I had that afterwards, actually. Barely afterwards, though, apparently. Yeah, those would have been cool as well, but, you know, I'm definitely not going to complain about the Viridian. After all, I might not have actually been able to leave if I got, like, a Elite Thrust later, even though, actually, I would have been able to leave if I got Elite Thrust. Cookie Elite Thrust later, very good. Very, very good indeed. But yeah, we just had very high impact passives at the start. Like, a lot of these didn't actually do that much this run. Like Recon, for example, or Criticus, for example. They probably didn't do all that much. However, what they did was they allowed me to actually branch out into different builds. I had a lot of different build options. I tried to do a lot of various things this time. And it turns out that just doing Ouroboros is indeed enough, which is not a surprise, you know. It's definitely something you can do. There are safer plays that I could have made though, safer comps to play rather, and I was trying to lead into them, didn't find the pieces for it. Status Symbol was a risky way to get to a safer comp. it didn't pay off. However, despite being a risky way to get to a safer play, we were still just pretty insured. And let's be honest, the boss relics that we were shown second time were not impressive after all. Not impressive. But yeah, some very cool stuff here. This worked out really well. Mostly like status symbol, just because I had this Delusion stuff was just fine. When I say this Delusion stuff, it was just vitamin C. I don't see any other Delusion nonsense. I'm not blind, right? Like that was just my only Delusion piece. Thought I had more. The thing is though, knowing that future spinets that you pick up, which can be from orbs by the way, but more so from passives, is doubled is very handy. It really is. Especially with a build like this. I was not planning on using my normal damage anyway. You know, short stack is absolutely crunching it. But yeah, spin point, definitely worth it. It's just really good in a lot of builds that look like this. Refresh Circle, a lot of the time is going to be worth it. I will say, one thing about Viridian. Viridian plus Refresh Circle, significantly less impactful. Much worse than just normal Refresh Circle without Viridian Trinket, because you lose access to actually being able to hit your pegs. You activate them instead of hitting them, and I'm afraid this Refresh Circle needs pegs to be hit. Which would have been nice, but Refresh Circle is still worth it. This one line on Refresh Circle right here, when drawn create 3 extra refreshes, is worth it. If you get your Refresh Circle and you discard it, that is just pretty good. Unfortunately, if you still got that Horrible in your deck, which you can't not if you're playing at a higher accuracy, discarding the Refresh Circle to shoot a Horrible is not better than just shooting a Refresh Circle, even if you are, as I said, activating pegs with Viridian instead of hitting pegs, which is what you want to be doing. So I was shooting Refresh Circle sometimes, but it was less impactful than I would have liked. Still good enough though. Refresh Circle is a really, really good orb. But yeah, it's so funny. Both round guard runs, both of them I was looking for Ouroboros. One of them though I actually hit Ouroboros, and instead of doing the bad cheese that I was trying to do, no, I just used Ouroboros to the end because Echo 80 is a very big number.